Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien here on the morning of Monday, August 30th, 2021. Sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning. Stand by for commentary. And Mr. Harvey, if you're up there with the boss, the commentary today that I'm doing for you Americans is the Americans don't understand their opponents or adversaries, whichever one you want to call them. That is both the COVID 19 and Taliban, or especially ISIS, as they call it, ISIS K, because they think it's just one subsidiary there. You are an interesting species, not only Americans but humans, because you have a society based on base 2, binary, but run your society based on base 10. How could you have a society that you run on base 10, but you have laws that are on base 2? You can't have two bases to run a society. It's got to be one or the other. And this is what's limiting you, because you got a paradox here on both sides and you don't get it. Case in point, President Biden here. Last Thursday, ISIS attacked the airport at Kabul, killed 13 servicemen and countless other civilians, as you call them. To them, there's no such thing as civilians. That's what I'm telling you. And then you, a day or two later, put on there, we sent a drone strike to kill these guys. And then we blew up another truck a day later full of explosives. Really? Why would you say such a thing to the American media and the public? Because it does absolutely nothing for your case. You don't understand your adversaries. Up until recently, you've been dealing with mom and pop, okay? For centuries, you've been dealing with good guys and bad guys, as you call them. Yeah. The PLO. Oh, yeah, the Yasser Arafat. Yeah. Well, to an extent, yeah. But then you had something that came out of nowhere. And you thought that you had killed it. The Israelis thought they had killed it. The Black September movement. September 1972, Munich, Germany. Remember that? The Black September. Israel spent decades hunting each one of those guys down. But those guys were a precursor of what was to come. It wasn't your Al Qaeda and Bin Laden and Asahari or Hamas or your other organizations, Saudi Arabia sponsoring terrorism, Iran sponsoring terrorism. It wasn't that. It has grown. And the new versions that you have today, a new version of Taliban is starting to accept its role. And ISIS K, as you call it, they're becoming collectives. And no matter who you kill, like I said, Human beings are a means to an end for a collective, like in the Borg, okay? You could kill millions of drones. Do you get rid of the Borg? No. Because the collective, you can sever the collective for those particular individuals. That means that the collective just picks up where they left off and regenerates new ones. And this is the problem with COVID-19, as you Americans and the world are figuring out. Why do we got the Delta variant? We had the British variant. We had the South African variant. Now we got the Delta variant. Have you studied the Delta variant and figured out that it's probably an assimilation of something else together with COVID-19, and it's causing it to be deadlier to different type of individuals as the original? It's a collective, an organism that's becoming bigger and bigger unless you mitigate it, and you haven't done that. That's the problem with ISIS. You have spent decades going after the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS. You said, oh, we wiped them out of Syria. Yeah, ISIS is still alive and well. Oh, we took care of their monetary system. Did you? Really? How come they can still get weapons and still attack you? Do you see what I mean, Americans? Your government just doesn't understand who they're dealing with. You got to understand what makes ISIS ISIS. What is the collective and what forms the collective? Same with the Taliban. You probably say, how could they do this in a few days? We've been hammering at them for 20 years. Remember what they told you back in 2001? You have the right, you may have the might, but we got the time, which you don't. You Americans never have time because you view time as, okay, I'm tired of this, let's go to something else. And everybody knows that about you. You're an open book. They are not an open book. And that's the problem with your so-called intelligence service, both for ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and especially COVID-19. You have monsters on your hand which are not individuals. It's a one-brain organism, multi-organisms together, one collective. Okay? It's not a bunch of individuals like you had Yasser Arafat and the PLO, or al-Sahari and bin Laden, and each one wanted to go one way and each one wanted to go a different way. These are focused people and a focused ideology. And the beings that are doing the dirty deeds, i.e. dumb human beings, are a means to an end. Same with whoever created the COVID-19. They gave it a certain thing to assimilate and learn from its assimilators what it's got. So it can learn, okay, oh, I got this new thing and it produced this, it can do this. Okay, we got it. We got another variant. You think the Delta variant's bad? Wait till you see the Gamma variant that comes after that. This is your favorite alien sitting in for Paul Harvey saying, learn your adversaries. Good day.